Mr. Obama is the beginning of something wonderful. We all feel that. We understand that out of these possibilities can come things unimagined. We hear it said frequently, I never thought this would happen in my lifetime. And all of us have family members that we wish could be here, our mothers or fathers or kinfolk, grandmothers, that we wish could share this moment. Those persons who also did not believe that this was possible. But with the help of God's grace, and if we stand fast and do the things we're supposed to do, then all things are possible. What is meaningful in this instance is that you have a person who truly is an African American, in that his father is African and his mother is American. There are those persons also who I know and understand to be keepers of the light. And I believe that President Obama is one of those persons. What does that mean? There are always persons who seem to have known more than we do. Their instincts were keener, their courage broader. If you don't lose your courage, you won't lose your way. Barack Obama is a courageous man, and he is infusing that into us. Therefore, we are much more hopeful. We are more hopeful today than we were 2 days ago. It is growing exponentially around the world. When you see, we watch today on television all the coverage, and we see multitudes of people in kind of an ecstasy about who they think he is and what he can do. You would hear it said time and time again, as there are persons who will put upon him that the litany that is going to be very difficult and it's going to be hard to do, and I don't know if he can do this. It's going to be too much stuff for him to handle. Doomsayers, dream killers. And I say that you should always turn and sprint away from a dream killer. So what happens is that when you think about all that is possible and all that has transpired through 4 centuries, they say, well, finally we have gotten to a place where things are looking better. And I say, it only took us 400 years. When the first Africans came here to these shores in 1619, not knowing where they were going, what would happen to them, fearful, anxious, not courageous, captivated, made slaves. The fact that all that journey and all those years, those 4 centuries, led up to this moment. We must understand that we see things in a finite way. We live to be 70, 80, 90 years old, and then we make our transition. So we see things in that kind of frame of time work. And I would hear my grandmother say to me many times, it's not in your time, baby, it's in God's time. And God has touched us mightily in this instance by putting in our midst the keeper of the light. What does that mean, the keeper of the light? There are always some persons who could fashion energy and compassion and vision for all of us to use, be it Harriet Tubman, Sojourner Truth, Frederick Douglass, Thurgood Marshall, Dr. King, a lot of people, keepers of the light. When slaves would run away, then Sojourner Truth would have a lantern in the forest, and she'd say, look to the light and come and we'll go to freedom. Don't mind the dogs. Don't look back. Keep moving forward. Barak talks about that. Not getting mired in the past. We cannot undo it. So we must move forward with commitment and grace and an ever-expanding possibility. It is of great joy to see and understand that we now have an imagery that young black people can look at and understand that you cannot say now that you didn't get a break. Things turned against me. What happens with this installation of this man in this time, in this moment, is that all things are really possible. The fact that Senator Clinton was right there, a breath away from the presidency, says to all of us now that women and people of color can occupy the highest position in the world. It takes a moment. We must pause and think now that, in fact, this man who occupies this chair is the most powerful man in the world, in the most powerful country in the world, and has the opportunity to change the world. It is fitting that we gather here in his name. And there are these gatherings all over the country of people saying, let's get together and talk about this. We must now have the courage ourselves to digest the information that allows us to change our destiny. We can be better. As Dr. Angelo says, when you do better, then you are better. We can all do better. We can be more than we've ever been. But it takes courage. It takes courage and understanding. We must understand so that we don't continue to misunderstand. We're very good at that because we carry a lot of baggage. We've got to begin to dump that. We've got to begin to dump that and think in terms of what can be, not what is not going to be. When I was an athlete, they were always first that people would get. And we had the understanding and the courage and the wherewithal to dispel all of those curious kinds of limitations. There was a time when they said that there are no black quarterbacks. They're not good enough. They're not smart enough. They can't think quick enough. They can't. We have always been victimized by the misperceptions of other people as they view us.
It's been too hard living, but I'm afraid to die. I don't know what's up there beyond the sky. It's been a long